Hello and welcome to Chapter 5, DNA in Plants and Animals. So remember back, I think in Chapter 1, we talked about how all living things have cells. So people have cells, animals have cells, and so do plants. So DNA is found in plants and animals as well. Our learning goal today is, I will remember what tells plants and animals how they will look. So let's see if we can remember what tells those plants and animals how they're going to look. We also have some we also have some vocabulary that we're going to talk about. The first word is DNA, which is the boss of the cells. DNA is a set of directions in each cell that tells how a living thing will look and act. Parent is a mother or father. Talent is something you are good at. Genes are a part of DNA that tells what features a person will get from their parents. Sister, a girl who has the same parents as you. Trait, a feature that each person has, like being tall or short, or having blue eyes or brown eyes. And inherit, to get from a family member. Let's see if we find any of our words on our communication board. I see the word DNA.
DNA.
I see the word gene.
Gene.
And I think that is all of our words from our vocabulary today. So let's get started. Chapter 5, DNA in Plants and Animals. Josh likes that he got his genes from his parents. He likes looking and acting like his parents and sister. He also likes being different from them in certain ways. He likes being an individual. So, how does Josh feel about his family? He likes that they're the same in certain ways and that they're still different in certain ways. Next page. It's getting late. Josh needs to feed his dog. Josh looks at his dog Sage. She is a small dog with brown fur. She has brown eyes. Josh and Sage like to play fetch with the ball. Sage can run fast after the ball. Look at that little wiener dog. That is a very beautiful dog. So what traits does Josh's dog have? Well, it's a small dog. It has brown fur and it likes to run fast and play fetch. Sage just had 3 puppies. Josh wonders if dogs are like people. Does Sage have DNA? Did the puppies inherit genes from Sage? Do they look like her? Do they act like her? What do you think? Do you think that Sage's puppies will look and act like her? Let's find out. Josh asks his dad, do dogs have DNA like people? Yes, animals and plants have DNA. They have genes that tell what the dog will look like. Josh thinks that's cool. He wants to learn more. So, who is the boss of the cells? The DNA. Who tells the plant and animals what they're going to look like? The DNA. DNA is in plants and animals too. Josh watches Sage and her puppies. He sees one puppy that is all brown, just like Sage. The other puppies are brown and white. 2 of the puppies are running fast. The other dog is laying next to Sage. All of the puppies have brown eyes. How are these puppies like the mom, like Sage? Well, all the puppies have some brown fur, right? And they all have brown eyes. And this little puppy is just sitting with its mom. But these are running fast, like when Sage catches the ball. The puppies are like Sage, like its mom. Sage and her puppies are alike because they share many of the same genes. But they don't share all of the same genes. So why do they look similar? Why do they look the same? Because they share some of the same genes, but not all of them. Josh looks around the garden. He sees many different types of plants. He sees pea plants that are short with round leaves. He sees corn plants that have tall stems with long leaves. The plants look different because of their DNA. If all of the plants in the garden had the same DNA, they would all be the same plant. So why do these plants look so different? Because they have different DNA. They're not the same. They don't have the same boss in their cells. Josh asks his dad, where do plants get their DNA? A plant drops a seed, and then the seed is planted. That seed contains DNA, says Dad. The plants would look like each other because they share the same genes, just like animals and people. So the plants, they get their DNA from their seeds. That's how they pass their DNA from plant to plant. All right, guys, that is the end of chapter 5. So let's look at our learning goal again. I will remember what tells the plants and animals how they will look. Remember, we talked about this. What tells the plants and animals how they will look? The DNA. The DNA. Animals and plants have DNA just like people do. All right, guys, that's it for chapter 5. I'll see you next time.